Now you want to talk about people making mockeries out of charities and shit, but you the motherfucking one who decided to make it a bet that you and Kenya can write a $20,000 check and make it for charity and make it for the Detroit Public School District or whatever. And you want to sit up here and say that you ain't did it because you ain't got no jobs and you ain't got no money. Basically being motherfucking passive aggressive and being pretentious. Bitch, you're the one who sat up here and said that you would do it. And on top of that, you talking about Kenya was making a mockery of it by posting it on Instagram and Twitter and all of that shit. You made a mockery out of it by making it your business to sit up here and say we're gonna do it and then turn around and not hold in your end of the bargain. You know what I'm saying? If you a rich bitch, it wouldn't even be no point for you to even be acting like that. So Nene, I really wasn't on your side with that. If you gonna say you gonna do something, then bitch, do it. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what somebody's probable cause is for it. Bitch, you the one who said that y'all need to do it. So therefore, you should have failed through with your damn ideas of doing the shit. I mean, that's just what I got to say about it. I just feel like you was on some fuck shit when you decided to do that, and Kenya had every right to call you out on it, like you being real stupid and real selfish and real stupid and insensitive. That's what you doing, bitch. So I ain't here for that shit. So they got into the whole thing about this new Cynthia and how people don't like the new Cynthia and everything like that. And y'all know I got a whole lot to say about that, because if anybody who's ever watched any of my videos knows that I can't stand Cynthia Bailey. I can't stand it, bitch. For nothing, I can't stand it. And people seem to act like they don't understand why I don't like her. And I've seen the comments on my videos. I've seen the comments on Lipstick Alley. People don't understand why Scotty don't like poor, innocent little Cynthia this season, per se. When I've never liked that bitch. But let's just talk about it. She said that it's imperative in this group to have a voice, and sometimes it's imperative to be a bitch. Here's the thing with Cynthia this season. I just feel like her reads are very ingenuine. Like, I don't even know if ingenuine is a word, but her reads are not genuine in the least bit to me. It's not. At the least bit. It's not genuine to me. I just feel like she's doing way too much. She wants to keep her peach. She wants to keep her check. And I just feel like she just doesn't get any brownie points from me for trying to read folks like Portia. Like last episode, like she really went in on Portia and everybody thought it was funny, but it really isn't, because I mean, I don't never see you reading a bitch like Nene like that. I mean, you can barely get with Phaedra like that. I don't see you reading nobody like Candy like that either. But Portia, you can read Portia, because you see Portia dumb as hell. And this is coming from somebody that actually liked Portia, or liked in the past Portia. You know what I'm saying? Even I know that Portia is not the best reader in the world. She ain't the best thinker in the world. How about that? So of course you can go in on her with no limitations, with no hesitations at all. You can go in on her just like that. But people want to give you praise for that just because they don't like Portia. And of course it sounds like that I'm not going to give you praise for that, for you reading Portia, just because I don't like you. But I just don't like you, period. And I just feel like your reads ain't about shit. If you can read Portia like that, you need to read everybody like that. And you don't read everybody like that. And I just feel like it's bullshit. Number two, when it came down to this Phaedra shit, your ass so quick to say that you didn't give a fuck about said situation and you didn't give a damn, you just put it out on the table. It was none of your motherfucking business to put it out on the table. And you act like you don't fucking understand why Phaedra got upset. If you was a real ass bitch about your shit, Cynthia, you would have never put that shit on the table in front of everybody. You did that to avenge your motherfucking friend Kenya, because at the end of the day, you are still a motherfucking lapdog. You think because you got all this self-confidence in the world at this point in time, and you think because you know how to read at this point in time, but you don't know how, but you think because you know you've got a couple of insults or whatever, you put on some fake ass reading glasses all of a sudden, and you think that you're not a lapdog anymore. Bitch, you still a lapdog. You're Kenya's lapdog, bitch, because that's the only reason why you put the shit about Phaedra out on the table in front of everybody. Do you really believe that anybody would take kindly to that bullshit? You basically tried to humiliate this woman in front of everybody, but tried to say, oh, I wasn't trying to humiliate you. It was never no malicious intent behind it. I was only telling you what your husband told my husband. What the fuck does it matter, bitch? What does it matter to you what the fuck he told your motherfucking husband? Okay, so he told your motherfucking husband and your motherfucking husband told you. What the fuck does that give? What the fuck is that of your business to go out there and put it on the table in front of everybody. What's the point? I just don't get why she keeps saying, I really don't care. I was just putting it out on the table and see how you was going to deal with it or whatever the fuck she said. Her whole reasoning behind this shit is so stupid and dumb to me. And I just don't get why she feel like what she did was right. It's not right, bitch. It's wrong. On so many levels. And if somebody did that to you, you wouldn't like that shit. That's why I don't fucking like Cynthia at the end of the day. I mean, really, like, she keeps saying, like, the thing that sticks with me is the fact that she keeps saying that it's not about, you know, it's not that she really gave a damn. It's just because of the fact that, you know, that's what her husband told her husband. You know, that's what Phaedra's husband told her husband. I don't get why, I really don't get why that was even the case. Like, why would you even do that? You know what I'm saying? And then when you put it out there, you knew you was being fucked up. You knew you were being messy. And then you gonna wait till everybody get together at dinner in order to put that shit out on blast. If you was a real woman about your shit, you would have put that shit on the table with just Phaedra and Phaedra only. Not Phaedra and all of her enemies at the table. You did that to embarrass that bitch. You did that to humiliate that bitch. You did that for the sake of your friend. Just admit that shit. A lot of us want to defend our friends. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the only reason why I got a problem with it is because you won't admit that that's the reason why you fucking did it when you know that's the reason why you fucking did it. You did that to defend your motherfucking friend. You did that to make your friend save face. That's why you did it. So stop trying to pretend like that's not the reason, because that's what the fuck it is, bitch. You did that to appease your motherfucking friend, just like you would read Kim and try to read Sheree to appease Nene. That's why you reading Portia these days. That's why you reading Phaedra these days, because you're cool with Kenya at the end of the day. And that's why I don't like Cynthia, because she goes wherever the motherfucking wind blows at the end of it all. Like, that's just what it is. Like, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but at the end of it all, you did that to humiliate Phaedra. And that's not me saying it in defense of Phaedra, because Phaedra ain't been my favorite person this season either. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And Cynthia was wrong for putting that shit on blast. Regardless of whether you like Phaedra or not, it was wrong. It don't matter who the fuck it was. If Phaedra did that shit to Cynthia, I wouldn't have liked it. If Candy did that shit to Cynthia, I never would have liked it. Even though I can't fucking stand Cynthia or the ground that she motherfucking walks on, at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And what Phaedra, and what she put Phaedra through at that table was wrong. The way Nene treated Cynthia was motherfucking wrong. And I've been called that out. So before anybody say, oh, you just don't like Cynthia, that's why you're going in, that ain't why. Right is right and wrong is wrong. It's just apparent that I don't fucking like Cynthia. So of course I'm going in even harder, because I already don't like that bitch. So she giving me even more reason to go in on her. So I'm just gonna never agree to that situation with Cynthia and Phaedra. I don't agree with how she played it, and that's just the bottom line. Then with Nene having her damn opinion and saying that, you know, well, you know, Cynthia has always gossiped. But bitch, you didn't have a problem with Cynthia gossiping when she was your motherfucking friend, though. You didn't have no problem with that. But see, now you got a problem with her being messy because she ain't your motherfucking friend. See, that's the type of shit I'm saying. Just like how Cynthia didn't have a problem with Nene calling people whores when she was friends with her, but all of a sudden she friends with Kenya. Now she got a problem with people calling somebody a whore. Just like, oh, Cynthia has always gossiped. She's always had a voice. Now you say that because you're not friends with her. But when you were friends with her, you didn't give a fuck about the messy shit she pulled with all of them. Like when they was in Africa that time and she started that shit with Sheree and Marlo. Bitch, you was all for it. You didn't give a fuck about Cynthia being messy back then. But now that she not your friend, you give a fuck. Bitch, have a seat. So Candy and Phaedra, I see a lot of you came for me in my comments last week, which I don't give a fuck about it because my opinion ain't changing. But however, I still feel the same way that I feel. Phaedra was lousy for how the fuck she played Candy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. Because as friends, I have a friend right now that our relationship at the moment resembles the relationship with Candy and Phaedra. And I was going to talk about that on the video. But the thing about it is, the only difference is, I reached out to my friend when I felt like my friend was being distant towards me. I reached out to my motherfucking friend, and whether they came back to me about it or not, I I reached out to my friend because I felt that way. So not everybody in their motherfucking mama gonna know about my issue with him but him. I'm gonna always say how I feel to my motherfucking friends when I feel away. And Phaedra did not fucking do that. And I don't see why motherfuckers want to act like Candy is just this lousy friend and a horrible friend to her. Because at the end of the motherfucking day, whenever somebody came for Phaedra, Candy was right there defending that bitch at the end of the day. Even when Phaedra was going around talking about her to Nene and Portia and saying all of this shit about how Candy ain't there for her, when Cynthia and King and them tried to go in on Phaedra about that Mr. Chocolate shit, she still had her back. She still defended her at the end of the day. So it don't matter. Okay, they had a moment of miscommunication. So that gives Phaedra a reason to go in on Candy and shit on Phaedra and shit on Candy like that was never her motherfucking friend. I don't understand it. Point blank the fuck period. I don't understand this shit. And then everybody want to get mad with Candy because she's friendly with Kenya. She's friendly with Cynthia. She's friendly with Claudia. But she was friendly with Kenya before her and before Phaedra and Kenya even had a falling out. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, when Kenya first came to the show, she wasn't really fucking with Cynthia like that. She was mainly fucking with Candy and Kenya, like Candy and Phaedra when she first came on the show. So let's just wheel that in right there, okay? So let's stop that. Okay, if Candy was really Phaedra's friend, she wouldn't even be fucking with Kenya. First of all, she's friendly with Kenya. She doesn't have a problem with Kenya. Kenya never did nothing to her, so therefore she's not going to be a mean ass bitch to her. See, that's the difference between being a friend and being a follower. Candy is her own motherfucking team. Just because Phaedra over there with Nene don't mean that Candy got to be over there with Nene. Like, I will say that Candy shouldn't have told Phaedra, well, if you can forgive Nene, then you can forgive Kenya. Because Nene... But then again, I mean, I don't know, because Kenya and Nene both have done some foul ass shit to Phaedra. I'm just gonna be honest. So it's just like the lesser of two evils to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nene talked all that bullshit about Phaedra, pretending like she didn't know her, talked about her, called her the motherfucking head doctor. Kenya tried to flirt with her husband. At the end of the day, neither one of those bitches should be Phaedra shouldn't be cool with neither one of them bitches, in my opinion. But if you could let bygones be bygones, that's one thing. But to defy your motherfucking friend, Phaedra, and try to make it seem like Nene was such a better friend than Candy, when Candy has been there for you for a lot of shit, has defended you for a whole lot of shit, always been by your side. In one moment of miscommunication, you want to say that she ain't no real friend. That bitch had her own issues at the same time you had yours. Sometimes that shit happen. You know, everybody watch reality TV and forget that some of this shit happens in real life. Sometimes when you're friends and you are all going through things at the same time, there will be fucking distance. Okay? There may be a moment where I'm going through something, my best friend is going through something, we're dealing with our own issues right now, so we're not speaking as much at the moment. But when everything is done, we will discuss it. That's what happens when you're friends. Sometimes you get so involved in your own life and your own issues and you stress the fuck out. Sometimes distance is the best way to handle certain things. But if you feel the type of way about your motherfucking friend not being there for you when you feel like she needs you, then talk to your motherfucking friend, because at the end of the day, Candy did not know that you had an issue with her until Nene and Phaedra said something. Then you got Nene throwing shade to Phaedra and throwing shade to Portia. And Portia's a dumbass bitch, because at the end of the day, she really feels like, really feel like Nene her friend when Nene be throwing her under the wolves every 10 motherfucking minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that's some bullshit to me. Nene basically threw her ass to the motherfucking wolves at the end of the day and made her look stupid, because I really didn't say anything, but Portia, no shade to her, was very vocal. Y'all were being messy. And I don't see why Portia felt like she had to be very vocal about a friendship that had nothing to motherfucking do with her. And at the end of the day, just like she said, she didn't know about the text messages. Candy put that motherfucking bitch on blast and said that you did know, because I told you that he came up to the house. And she let Phaedra know. So at the end of the day, if Candy wasn't a real friend, when Cynthia and Kenya tried to come for her about them text messages, she would have sat up there and said, oh yeah, I knew about the text messages. Candy always had your motherfucking back. And you want to hold this one little thing against her when all y'all had to do was talk about the situation? Bitch, please. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. I'm not on Phaedra's side when it comes down to this Candy shit. Because Candy was always there for Phaedra. Always there for Phaedra. And Phaedra looked at Candy's issues like it wasn't shit compared to hers. Yeah, your husband going to jail. But bitch, you knew he was a fucking criminal when you fucked and got pregnant and married him. You knew that from the motherfucking jump, so that's your own fault. But at the end of the day, Candy was more so stressed about the shit that was going on in her marriage, her mama drama, and the shit that was going on with her play, because she had to fire all those people who quit their jobs to work for her, and the play got canceled, and she couldn't even pay them people. She had just as much stress as you did. And you want to sit up here and say that, oh, you still a millionaire. It wasn't about the fucking money. But I already know that I'm probably gonna get attacked for this, but I don't care. At the end of the day, I said what I said. Candy was not. I just don't see where Candy was wrong at the end of the day. I don't see where she was wrong. I don't see what she needs to take accountability for. The only thing she took accountability for was the fact that she wasn't texting her that much. You know what I'm saying? As much as they normally would. And that's what happens when you're going through life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when life gets in the way, sometimes friends get distant and then they come back. Or if you're really real friends, distance shouldn't matter. Because sometimes you can go through your shit and be distant for a week or two or even a month. But when y'all get back together, things get right back on track. If you're real friends, that's what happened. So the husbands come out. And somebody, Jamila TV, shout out to you, tweeted me while I was out, because I didn't see the reunion with everybody else, but she tweeted me while I was out, and she was like, I believe Andy been watching your videos, because she said that he called him Lou Peter. I thought this shit was hilarious. But at the end of the day, Peter is a messy ass bitch, and I don't like him. The things that I like about Greg, besides, I don't like him being Nene's lapdog, but I do think that at the end of the day, he does not get in female shit because it's some bitch shit. Peter always feel like he always got to say something all the time when he really fucking don't. I'm getting sick of him. He always said, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. You can say what the fuck you want to say, but just, be a man, bitch. Stop beating up in women shit all the time. Because even though I give my commentary on these females on these reality shows, in my real life, I do not put my commentary in on bitch shit. I've done it in the past when I was a teenager because, I was a bitch then. But as a man growing up, I just know that there's some bitch ass shit. Stay out of women business. You know what I'm saying? They don't make you look like no man. They'll make you look like a little bitch. Stay out of female business. And when Nene called you, what's the truth? You are a bitch. So keep it moving. And I'm glad that Kenya took accountability for flirting with Apollo. I know that she did in the past, and I wish they would just let that shit go. And then Nene got so motherfucking fired up when Kenya said that she was flirting with Peter. Bitch, you were flirting with Peter during season 3. You were, and I said that on my videos back then. You were flirting with Peter, and I thought that was inappropriate then. You were flirting with Peter. So how the fuck can you say that you wasn't? Bitch, you was flirting with him. So stop lying to me and to your damn self. You were flirting with that man. You know you was. So stop, bitch. You know it. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, just admit to what the fuck you do for once in your life, bitch. Admit to it. You were flirting with Peter. You were saying that was your man and all types of shit. So stop playing. And you got mad when Phaedra and them said that you were flirting with him. You were. And that's why you got so bothered and heated because she put it out there. Yeah, she was wrong for flirting with Apollo, but bitch, you been wrong for flirting with Peter in the past. You were flirting with him. So stop playing. But that's all I gotta say about this reunion. This reunion was mild, just like the first part. So I can't wait to the next one. And to my love and hip hop Atlanta review, I'm out of here, you guys. Peace.